a fantastic morning for Australia and New Zealand, and as a biased Premier of New South Wales, what a fantastic day for Sydney and all of our regions as well that will be hosting a number of the games. And we hope the final will be here in Sydney, but congratulations to Team Australia and Team New Zealand. It's given us a wonderful boost during what are difficult times. And I want to really say that Australia and New Zealand will turn it on for the rest of the world, and hopefully by 2023 the pandemic will be behind us well and truly, and the world will have its eyes focused here on Australia and New Zealand. And I couldn't be happier, and I want to acknowledge all of my federal and state ministerial parliamentary colleagues that are here, and most importantly the FIFA representatives and the players. A real chance, and it's just such a thrill to have them here, and what this means for women's sport in particular is overwhelming, and we will showcase to the world how proud we are of our athletes and how proud we are to host the preeminent women's sporting event on the planet. So heartfelt congratulations to everybody, to the federal government who gifted $5 million, to all of the states including New South Wales who lobbied. We worked hard to make this possible, and it will be a wonderful boost to us during these difficult times to plan for this fantastic event. And if the backdrop is anything to go by, we know this will mean so much to our nation, to New Zealand during what will be a difficult couple of years, but something very positive to look forward to.
Thanks, Premier. An absolutely enormous day for Australian sport generally, but more specifically for women's sport. This is the biggest women's sporting event in the world. It'll be here in Australia and New Zealand in just 3 years. Can I add my congratulations and welcome to the Premier, to all my parliamentary colleagues, but to representatives of Football Federations Australia, Football New Zealand. Congratulations on a stunning bid. It was ranked the #1 bid of all those submitted by the assessment panel, and pleasingly that result has shone through in the voting last night, where we were successful with 22 of the 35 votes. The opportunity for young Australian and New Zealand girls to watch their idols from Australia and New Zealand playing in the biggest football competition in the world on home soil is one that we shouldn't underestimate. The opportunities, the vision that it will bring, the fact that it will make young Australian girls and New Zealand girls so excited about the opportunities that they might have in playing women's football. The opportunity for us as a nation to once again show how well we can conduct a global event, and I'm sure that that was a part of the success of our bid. Every state in Australia will participate in this bid, which is absolutely wonderful. So to Australian girls all around the country, your opportunity is to see the best of the best and Australia's best in the terms of women's football participating in home soil. So really exciting. A wonderful night last night for Australian sport, but women's sport more particularly. So thank you and congratulations to everyone who made a contribution to this wonderful event. And in just 3 short years, we'll be hosting 32 of the best women's football teams in the world here in Australia and New Zealand. So thanks everybody, and congratulations to Football Federation Australia and New Zealand on a sensational bid. Well done.
We've been speaking a lot about football lately, so I'm going to keep it really short and just do my thank yous. I really want to thank, on behalf of FFA, federal governments, state governments as well, for all the support through this whole process. We really couldn't have done this without this support. I'd like to thank our team at FFA for the tireless work that's been done, particularly over the past few months. I'd like to thank our sponsors, our commercial partners, our broadcasters, and I'd really like to thank the Australian football community, our member federations, our clubs, our players, our fans, and our 2 million participants. This is a historical day for Australian football. I hope everyone remembers it and enjoys the experience that we're going to have bringing the FIFA Women's World Cup here in 2023, the greatest sporting event in the world for women. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody, and what a fabulous morning to wake up as a little girl or a young woman in Australia and New Zealand to know what is coming your way in 2023. This is such a momentous decision for Australia and New Zealand, and also for our region, the Asia Pacific. The first time a Women's World Cup has been held here, the first time a Women's World Cup has been held in the Southern Hemisphere. And for the Matildas and the football ferns who are here this morning, this is your hard work, as well as the FFA, as well as all of the Australians and New Zealanders who got behind you. I've been in touch with the Deputy Prime Minister of New Zealand, Winston Peters, this morning. He's observed it's probably going to be quite a cold tournament in New Zealand, but he tells me Dunedin has a covered stadium, so he's very happy about that. But I think the message that it sends to women and to girls in Australia about their ability to participate is that the world's eyes will be on them now. So if you're a little girl in your soccer gear on the side of a footy field in Perth or in Darwin or in Penrith, where I live, then the future is yours. It's all in front of you, and it's coming here, it's coming to Australia in 2023. Last year, the Junior Matildas took a tour of the Pacific. I will never forget the conversations I had with the Junior Matildas, the looks on their faces, the workbook they put together of the amazing shots taken of their tour. It was a really powerful demonstration of the power of sport to bring countries together, to encourage the participation of women and girls where otherwise they might not have that opportunity. And then to follow that up, just this year, the girls of the Junior Matildas sent the most powerful message to their counterparts in the Pacific who had been so badly impacted by Tropical Cyclone Harold. And that really sealed the deal for me. The power of sport is immense. It is so strong between countries in our region, it's so strong between Australia and New Zealand, and this is absolutely the best demonstration of that. So ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts. 2023 is going to be a really big year for women's football in this country. Thank you.
Well, thank you guys for coming today, and what a wonderful morning it is. Sydney is sparkling. We are bringing the world to play the world game right here in our backyard. Can I congratulate the FFA for their wonderful bid? We're all together. Can I say this is a momentous time. We're going to have the largest female sporting event right here in our backyard. The Matildas are going to be the inspiration for the next generation of women to be anything they want to be, whether it's athletes, whether it's leaders. It's a fantastic opportunity to showcase not only New South Wales but our great sporting achievements. Can I thank the FFA again? Can I thank the federal government, state government for all their work? Thank you.
Last night we lit up Auckland and Sydney and sent a message to the football world. In 2023, our two nations will light up the globe and send a message to every woman, girl around this planet to say that this is your time and your sport belongs on the world stage, and there is no better canvas to do that than right here in Australia and New Zealand. This is our two nations coming together as one to send a message from a sporting perspective, from a tourism perspective, and from a women's participation perspective that 2023 marks a turning point in the globe's history about making sure that men and women walk together on the same stage as equals. 2023 as one, we're going to make everything different from that point in time.
I don't think there's too much to add. I think most of it's already been said, but we just wanted to take the opportunity to thank everyone that's been involved in the bid. From the government support to everyone that's touched it. It's been incredible, and we're so grateful. For the opportunity that's going to provide all the young girls and boys, and also us as the Matildas, to play on home soil. It's an absolute dream come true. So thank you to everyone that supported it.
And we are so excited to share the
massive event of Australia, of course. Yeah, thank you to everyone who has supported us, everyone who's worked behind the scenes to make this happen. We're so excited and we can't wait. So thank you.
Any questions? Does this make you think twice about the decision not to rebuild ANZ Stadium?
No, the stadium will be a fantastic venue for the final, and we're looking forward to hosting it. In fact, I was commenting to Alana, one of the players, that she and I welcomed some of the officials as we were lobbying them about bringing the final to Sydney. So we have the best facilities in the world. We have the best players, the best organisations, sporting groups, and it's just going to be an amazing opportunity for us to showcase how we can host an event, but also how we can bring people together. That's what Australians and New Zealanders are known for, and it's about showcasing, yes, sport and women's sport in particular, but it's also about bringing nations together and showing what wonderful hosts we are in our world-class facilities. So I'm really excited about the prospect.
Will you now be done on what sort of economic boost this will provide given
Yeah,
COVID?
several millions of dollars. I mean, the price tag, I mean, there's also an element you can't put a price tag on. To have the eyes of the world fixed on Australia and New Zealand during this time is going to be a huge boost to our nations, beyond just the sporting success and the morale boost, but the tourism dollars and all the other opportunities that will come along with it are huge. But this is really about showcasing the best players on the planet here down under, and I know the rest of the world will have an amazing experience, because one thing, well, there's a lot of things we do well as nations, but being hosts to international events is certainly something we do well, and we're looking forward to this wonderful opportunity that comes along only once in a while, and to be the first time to see this event come down under is just amazing.
This event is expected to trigger a huge spike in female participation all around Australia, particularly here in Sydney. There'll be demand for facilities, funding. What funding will you use that for?
Oh look, we're open to providing even more support than what we do, and I'm incredibly proud of the way in which women's sport has grown in New South Wales and throughout the nation. In fact, women's football or women's soccer is the fastest growing sport in New South Wales, so we know already that there's a lot of excited people. Can't blame them. It's great to get good news during this time, I have to say. But we know it's going to be a huge boost, not just the future of women's football, but women's sport and sport in general. Let's for a second just think about this. This is one of the biggest sporting events on the planet. The fact that it's women's football is an added bonus, but it's one of the biggest sporting events the planet ever gets to host, and I'm so thrilled that we have the chance to be those hosts.
So Australia's won the bid. Is there now a competition to host the final? I mean,
the final
with
will
other
be in
states?
Sydney, I'm pretty sure. I mean, the way in which communications have been made with me. Minister, do you have any insights on that as well?
So that,
Yeah, he announced it this morning it was Sydney, and he's from the Commonwealth Government, so he obviously...
so it's a done deal. It's a done deal.
Pretty much a done deal, I have to say. But I have to say, back in February when we welcomed the international members of FIFA, we gave them a tour of ANZ Stadium, we gave them a tour of the venue, and Alana helped me at the time kind of show them around and tell them what wonderful hosts we would be. So that to me was a pretty positive sign that they were very encouraged. And that we were up, in there with a very strong shot.
Yeah, we haven't seen you this bouncy and happy for months.
Oh, well, do you blame me? Do you blame me? It's been a tough. Well, that's the thing. I hope this gives a spring in the step for everybody this morning. Yeah, we've been through the wars this year and last year. It's been a really hard time, and just to have something like this positive to look forward to gives all of us a bounce in our step. And you can't blame me for being happy this morning. Put it that way.
Premier, the NRL wants 4 new mini Bankwest stadiums. The FFA wants the facility at St George. Would you look at potentially funding that if there's a funding given to the NRL as well?
Look, can I just make this on a statement? Before the bushfires and before COVID, New South Wales had an extremely strong budget, a strong economy. We hope to get back there. We're not there yet, but we're obviously looking at all of the options into the future. And I just ask people for their patience during this time. Our focus is on community safety and health, getting people back into jobs. I mean, hundreds of thousands of people have lost their jobs. We were and are the powerhouse of the Australian economy. We'll bounce back, but we also need a bit of time to work out when those plans will occur. all about the players though. How good are they?